Hey guys, ZERODAYJAY here. Monday, 1:40 p.m. West Coast time, 4:40 East Coast time. Market's still open, but I've been done. I just wanted to make these videos. I'm in Apex right now. I'll make the Take Profit Trader video after this. Um, Nothing bad to report today in Apex. I have 3 funded accounts now. I have 44 or 45 that I had. I think since Friday was was the first day I had those, I believe. Um, and then today I got 46 activated. This is the one I got. I passed the eval on Friday, so naturally I had to wait until whatchamacallit, till today. Well, I could have activated it anytime over the weekend, but I couldn't trade until last night. I stayed away from that with my funded accounts intelligently. So anyway, here's how I did. 44. I made one trade with 44 actually, and it's right here. I'll show you in a second, and then I'll show you all 3 of these, and then I will show you what the market did today, because the orb played a huge role. The orb and the pivot points were where it was at today, and I'll show you why on the Qs, the NQs. I look at it on the Qs, because the NQs are basically reacting from the Qs, as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, during market hours, at least, during regular trading hours. So plus 323.80, cool. It was this trade right here. Got in long, rode it out a little bit, finally got the break I was looking for. Raised my stop. I think I had my take profit, my take profit was higher, but I was like, let me raise my stop. So I raised my stop, and of course it came down to it. So no problem with that. Then I moved on to the next account. This one I had it up this one I had up pretty good on Friday, and I actually was up a little bit more than 44 today. This one I did 349.48, and this one was a little funky. When did I start trading this one? I didn't start off great in this account. I lost I lost money pretty quickly on this one. Just kept losing. I don't know if I gained money anywhere. Let's see. Yeah, it was bad. It didn't start off great, right? Then I got this. So I basically was down 3 something. Or 4? I don't even know. And then I got this trade, made 390 of it back, then gave back 115, then gave back another 70. Then I was like, fuck this, I'm going short, because the Qs were they were getting into the orb and then rejecting. So I played that and got 140 from there, 110, again for 110. And then I think by that point, I was up to 350, and I stopped trading in here. I was like, cool. And then I got into my brand new funded account today, which is number 46. And I bought and sold a total of 4 NQs. I actually think I traded some minis with this one. Did I? No, it was the other one. I don't know. Some guys call these micros. I think they're micros. I don't even fucking know. Whatever. The smaller ones. Doesn't fucking matter. Anyway. Yeah, so I made this one trade for 285. Well, actually, no, I made this one trade, which I was actually right. I was right. I thought it was going to bounce. I thought it was going to pop. I thought it was going to keep going up. But of course, you know how the NQ is. It always fucking will play games with you and shake people out. And what did it do? It doesn't give you what you think is going to happen right away. It'll dump on you or go the opposite way on you, depending on which way you're playing. And then it'll go. So that's what happened. Fucking happened right here. So I was down 120 instantly on my brand new funded accounts. Like, you motherfucker. And then sure enough, it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. So would I have made a little bit more money if I just waited it out? Let's see. I bought one at 53 and it dumped to 47. I lost money. 53 to 62, 180. This was one I made 285 on this trade. So that played out. I'm not going to be able to do this every time, but I just remember these trades because I didn't make a lot of trades. And then I got some more money here. And then I think I was it. I was done with this one too. I was like, I'm up 250. My funded accounts. I still have my Take Profit Trader accounts. account that I needed to trade, which actually I was trading throughout the day. But I didn't want to, I was cool with that, you know. Could I have made some more money in this account? Of course. But could I have lost money in this account? Yeah. So I just said, fuck it. And it's a good day, especially since I have to wait till the 15th to request a fucking payout. I have to make it to the 15th to request the payout also. So, you know, I don't need to go up $800 today. If the move is there, sure. Like while I was actively trading this account, like if this thing, so like here, like perfect example, like this, I had my take profit. Did I have my take profit here? How did it get filled? Let's see. Because a lot of times I'll have a take profit in place and then I'll raise my stop as it's going up, which burns me a lot. Because sometimes like I'll raise my stop, it'll come back and hit it like perfectly, and then bounce off of that and run a ton, and I'm fucking pissed. Sometimes I go chase it and then it bites me in the ass. So that, you know, I don't remember exactly how these played out, but either hit my, I think this time they hit my take profit. I don't remember, but either way, all in all, a good day. 247 here. 350 here, and then another 323 here. So this one's up a total of 469.90. We got 801.88, and then this one brand new up 247.60. You know, I'm feeling good about that, and that's all I'm going to say. So let me show you what happened when I was talking about the orb being in play. So you can see I got a lot of shit on here, and I actually had to close this out by accident, so now it's all jumbled. I got to fix my Zoom settings, but let me try to. I got, you know, I always have like the SMAs here, all my moving averages. You got I'm on the 15 right now. You got the 200 and the 300 was in play today. Like, look at the 200. This is the 200, the yellow line. Just kept, like, after the initial pop, it dumped, went under, came back and hit the 200, and then dumped some more. But then it bounces off this pivot point. Look at that bounce off the pivot point. On the NQs, I mean, that was a ton of points. Came back down, hits the pivot. Look at that. It literally hits this pivot point and bounces off of it. And then goes back up, hits its head on the 200, comes back down, wicks down to the pivot point again, comes back up, riding along this 8, finally gets over the 8, comes back up, just keeps hitting its head on the 200. Like, finally gets over it, and then that was like the end of the day pop. Finally, it took all, like, it kept trying and it just kept rejecting. But let me show you what's underneath that 200. Let me get rid of these moving averages. And then it was riding, and then now it's riding along the VWAP, or VWAP, not the VWAP. It got over the 300. VWAP, or the VWAP, is riding along with the 300. That's this blue line. That's VWAP, volume weighted adjusted price. Anyway, I'm glad I added that to my chart. But let me get rid of these moving averages so we could see a little bit more what's going on, because I talked about the orb. So, where is the bottom orb? I need to get rid of more stuff here. Hold on. Here's an issue I'm having. All of that might be, yeah, all that stuff, which is interesting. If I go to regular trading hours, I bet the 200 is playing a different tune. Where's the 200 now? It's all at the same place. Yeah, it's just going up. You don't want to use extended hours for the cues. That's what my part always tells me, because all the volume is during the regular trading hours. So anyway, let's look at everything again now. So let's get rid of the SMAs. All the moving averages are out of the way. We have the bottom orb. Let me get rid of the pivot points, even though the pivot points played a role. The pivot points don't change at all, right? Let me get rid of them though, so you can't see. Let me get rid of VWAP too. The VWAP. All right. Now all we have here is the orb. So here's the bottom. It's the opening range breakout. Here's the bottom. Here's the top. And then all day, this is the 15-minute chart. Well, after the the market did its thing, we bounced to the top of the orb, rejected off the top, after it was established in the first candle, in the first 15-minute candle. Keep hitting its head on the top. And then it rejects, comes all the way down to the bottom, right? The candle closes above it, so you think maybe we get a bounce here, but it could go either way. And instead, it dumps more underneath it. And now there's just a battle. I'm just riding along this trend line, but there's a battle to come back and get back over it, and it just never happens. This time, like, this is when I made some of my trades and made money. Normally, like, if it comes up this much into it, like, there's a good chance it's going to keep going, but it just rejected again. And there was a pivot point over there as well. I'll add the pivot points in a second, right? Bounce back out, fell out of it. This is a pivot point right here. It kept bouncing off this pivot point. You'll see, I showed you, but you'll see it again, like when it reappears. Then it just, look, hits its head, hits its head, hits its head on these candles. Just could not get over the orb. And then finally, in the last, half hour of trading, it made its move. But it took all day to come back into the orb. But right there, like if you were ready and waiting, which I was in my Take Profit Trader account, you would have been rewarded. But you would have driven yourself crazy on this chop. I mean, yeah, could you have made money there? Of course, because if you go down to the smaller time frames, the 5s and the 3s and the 1s, there's definitely moves to be made here. And I'm looking at the Qs, not the NQ. I mean, here's the NQ on the 5-minute. Anyway, I don't want to drag this out because I don't want to throw too much information out. A lot of you guys already know what I'm talking about here, but some of you guys that are new to this, I mean, just learn this stuff. Let me get rid of this. I want to connect my, I knew I could do it, and then I couldn't figure out how to do it because sometimes with TradingView, if you leave the chart tab open for a while and never refresh it, it just like stops. You can't do anything new to it. You can't add indicators. It just stops kind of like letting you do new stuff to it, but you still look at the chart and what you have. So you got to like refresh it. But yeah, I'm gonna mess around and add Tradevate. I could trade with Tradevate right on here, which might make my life easier because I won't have to bounce around from tab to tab. That's how I do it. I don't have 30 screens in front of me, like on a wall somewhere, like a lot of guys do, like professional traders do. But there's got to be guys like me that just have a laptop and they make money, right? So anyway, let me put that. So yeah, I mean, that's what was going on. I mean, it was just, but it was just chop central for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 candles of 5 minutes. That's what, 90? That's an hour and a half. And then you had this big dump down. I mean, these were big moves. Like, even like these candles, like right here, this was that pivot point bounce on the Qs. This was like, so it went from 56 to 86 and hit this and rejected off of this pivot point. So this pivot point right here is basically the bottom orb on the Qs. Isn't that crazy? It's just, this stuff is just crazy to me. But, and then this was a big move in one candle, 1 5-minute candle. 58 to, 30 point, almost 30 points, 20 something points. And then it bounced right back, came back down, and then boom, right before the market closed. You get the 15, the 350 algo candle, and it worked in your favor if you were long. And then the 355 kind of like probably shook some people out, and then it went even higher. Kind of like, if you go to the 15 here, like, the last 10, 15 minutes was, there was a 67 to 14. I mean, that's what, 33 and 14. That's, basically almost 50 points. And if you go from here, from the last bottom, which is 57, you're talking 57 points. Crazy. So anyway, let's throw this in. That's what happened. So let's throw in. Let me add the pivot points back. So you see, bounce right off the pivot at the 15-minute. Here we go. Bounce right off the pivot point. So many, 1, 2, 3. This was the last bounce off the pivot point, and then the market finally turned and went up. So, I mean, I could see us going up, starting back up like when the market reopens in an hour. But anyway, just some things for you to look at. I highly recommend you adding the orb, the 15-minute orb to your chart. These pivot points, they're really cool. The VWAP, those it didn't really come into play at all today until right at the end of the day, and look where it is. It's like right on it. And that's on the Q. Like it's not. I don't have extended hours showing, but it's kind of been going sideways. Let me see if I can get to the end of the day here. See, it popped over for a minute. Actually, no. I mean, that's it. It's right there going sideways. So anyway, I hope you got some value out of that. Me showing you the charts there. A lot of guys already know that, probably left the video by now, but I appreciate if you watched this long, and thanks for watching if you watched at all. My Apex link is in the description below. You get the best discount. I think they're 80% off. The sale is still going. It's still going, actually. It's going for one more day, so we'll see. And then they'll probably start another sale. Maybe they'll do 90% off next time. 90% off evals, 1 day to pass, 3 days to pass, whatever. Any of that would be great. But let's just keep rocking and rolling, all right? Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon, and have a great day.